Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, Let's Go Candid with URJA. With an immense positive response to our previous episodes, we are back with a bang. For this episode, we have on board with us an inspiring guest, Mr. Salil Jamdar. He is an Indian YouTube creator with a huge audience of 1.1 billion subscribers. He recently launched his own web series on the OTT platform and has collaborated with the Badshah of Bollywood and with the creators from both the Instagram and YouTube space as well. The social message provided in Mr. Jamdar's videos is what makes him unique in this arena. A very, very warm welcome to you, sir. It is a pleasure to have you with us today.
A pleasure
So,
to be
continuing
here.
forward,
Happy to answer everything. Yeah.
thank you so much, sir. So, without any further ado, let's start with the interview, sir. We have two segments, each containing a set of questions gathered by our team. We would now begin with the first segment. So, shall we start? All
Yeah.
right.
Cool.
So, first off, we would like to acknowledge the elephant in the room, sir. We all know you wrote, directed, and launched a whole web series with a unique genre, offbeat genre, as your manager said, which was released on the biggest Indian OTT platform, Disney Plus Hotstar. So, sir, how was the whole newfound fame on the OTT platform? Since you were already a well-known YouTuber, but OTT would have surely exposed you to mainstream audiences, which who regularly consume content, sir. If I'm right.
Yeah. So I was sitting in this cafe in Bandra, and normally people do come up to me and acknowledge my work. So the same thing happened. But surprisingly, what happened was the person said, I've seen you on Hotstar on this show called Saala Salil. So that person did not know me from my YouTube. So yeah, I was really happy with that because for the last 2 3 years people have been coming to me appreciating my YouTube work. So after this series I was like, okay, I think this is the opportunity to reach out to more people. So when that happened I was like, yeah, good, so that's happening. So I was really happy with that. Yeah.
So this newfound fame has definitely helped you in your longer run.
Yeah, I think in terms of projecting myself towards where I want to be, I think more importantly this is something that is important in that sense as well. Uh, so always was a trained actor and a trained musician. I got into the YouTube space because I was somehow presented an opportunity years back on this channel called Shuddesi Gane. So that was just something that happened by chance. But I was always an actor and a singer by heart, and I wanted to move into that space anyway. So when this opportunity came my way, it was like, okay, I think this is the chance for me to showcase my acting skills. If you see, the series is all about performances. There are, I mean, every episode is about two characters just having a conversation, and that cannot happen if A, the writing is not strong, the dialogues are not strong, and B, if the acting is not strong, because otherwise people will get bored of two people just sitting and talking. So it was a challenge for me. So that's why I kind of chose this what do you call it, the concept, where in every episode I'm kind of portraying a different personality, kind of to say ki, ki, see, these are the different kinds of roles that I could play or looks that I could carry on in
Yeah,
future.
we know
So it
multiple
was like
personality
a,
disorder. Multiple
yeah,
personality disorder. I know
order,
the
I call it
tagline.
order. Yeah, I call it order. It's because it's not a bad thing for him. All of us have different moods, and sometimes we behave different on different days in front of different people. Depends sometimes. I mean, that happens with me. Sometimes I'm shy. Sometimes I'm really outgoing. Sometimes I'm really boring. So that was the logic behind multiple personality order. It's not a negative thing.
Order. Yeah.
He's still in order, but he has these different traits.
All right, sir. Moving forward, as you mentioned, Shuddesi Gane. So we know the biggest collaboration you had there. That unlocking a new milestone, you added a badge to your honor by collaborating with the Romance King and the Badshah Bollywood himself, Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, sir. Can you enlist a few work ethics you loved and picked from Shah Rukh, sir? And what was the whole experience like? Like the team would really love to know about the work of Shah Rukh Khan, sir.
Yeah, so I think he was not keeping well that day because he was promoting Dilwale back to back, and we got to know that he has hardly slept and he's not well. So in spite of that, I could see that he went through his work in the most professional way, and it didn't seem like there was a big star on set. It's always the people around the star that make you feel like that, but the guy himself is actually very normal, and I think that's how it should be, and that is why he is where he is, and that is something that everyone who needs to reach or has the dream of reaching that stage and sustaining on that level needs to learn that you need to be that same normal guy. He was ready to give a retake, to which the manager was shocked, but he very calmly gave a retake to my director. He had to walk and give this entry wala shot, and he did it again. He's
Yes,
like,
sir.
okay, and everyone behind were like, you make him do it again. But he was very normal. And another interesting thing was he hadn't heard what I had done to the song, like the lyrics before that. Only the team had heard. So he heard it for the first time on set. He arrived, and on a loudspeaker, he heard it for the first time in front of everybody. And I was a little skeptical. Is he going to be pissed off with the with some of the things that I've written in the lyrics, and kind of made fun of him and stuff? But he was cool. He even chuckled at one point, and I realized, okay, he's cool. He'll be fine.
I really loved, sir, that how you defined the mega star as a normal person you loved, who with whom you
Yeah,
loved working, and he was also ready to give retakes. So
yeah,
we understand that how the person is so grounded even after reaching so many
yeah,
huge milestones. So yeah,
yeah,
taking this conversation forward, sir. If we talk about your content in general, it has a very unique and personalized touch to it, as I mentioned earlier as well, which can never be found in any other generic YouTube videos, be it skits, commentary videos, etc. If we talk about your musical truth bombs, the Aslimat trilogy, we're eager to know about the process and analysis for someone to sit and brainstorm to be Salil Jamdar in a chair, sitting and writing the content he's going to provide to his loved audience. So, what is the whole process like, sir?
So I observe a lot in life. Wherever I go, I'm observing people. They don't realize that I'm, analyzing everything. Even when I'm out in a public place, I observe a lot of things. But my nature is not really to react then and then. So what happens is, normally when you say, you see something and you see that there is an issue, and you talk about it, and then you confront someone, then let it out, right? So it's done. But I don't let it out. I keep it inside. I think it kind of builds inside me, and then I decide to use it because I feel कि मैं एक person को बोल के क्या ही हो जाएगा, if this is something that I'm seeing.
Nice, sir.
For example, when I sit at Marine Drive and I see very educated people hurling, soft drink plastic bottles into the ocean. Obviously, that pisses me off. I'm like, why the hell would someone do that? But I don't say anything. But I know that I've made a mental note. So I think all of it builds up inside me. And when I'm alone, I have this list of things that I've noted down. कि ये कभी तो बोलना है. I have to speak about this. So then I sit, and then the way I decide about the next videos, I think about what is that one thing that I want to say very strongly right now, because that is when it will come very strongly and naturally. So I intuitively pick up on the subject which is really like tugging at my heart and saying, "Ki, say something, can't keep quiet." So that's how it begins. And then once I start writing, I don't really care about any backlash. That is one thing. So I think that helps. I don't care about what anyone will say. I don't have that fear. I say this always: the only fear that I have is lizards. No other fear.
We can definitely see that in the video, sir, as you have
Yeah,
taken
so
punts on Bollywood,
yeah,
on
so
YouTube
yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
And moving forward, sir, now we would love to talk about the musician Salil Jamdar, the musician which is present in you, that he has spread awareness through
yeah.
songs about wrong brand endorsement, as you took the punt in Asli Gali Boy. And you have also made soulful music, being Tere Jaane Se. So we want to know the exercise of work and inspiration of your stellar music career as well. So is there any difference in content creation and music creation for you in particular?
Yeah, yeah, there is a lot of difference. difference. For example, when you mentioned Asli Gully Boy, though there is a song in it, the song is still driven by a very strong message. So the message and the lyrics overpower the song or the music itself. And this has happened a lot because every video of mine has mostly had these really strong messages and backing it up with a song. So what happens is the acting and the content overpowers the music. Say people don't remember the tune as such, and that's okay because many of them have been different versions of some other songs. So the musician in me has remained hungry, and I think Tere Jane Se was a result of that, where I felt ki now let me make something that is just a really nice, soulful, melodious, conventional music track. And but I'm not happy with the fact that I've just done one of that, till now. So now the plan is to do a lot more of that. This year, especially, I've made up my mind to release a lot of original music that is just purely music. Doesn't necessarily have to be associated with some social message or has to have some very bold or strong story in the video. So yeah, that is in store. And if you ask me how it all started, so my music journey is very interesting. Till 10th standard, I didn't even know that I was like a good singer. So what happened was on this farewell party, 10th standard ke baad, school wala. So one or two friends of mine had heard me singing. So I sang this song from Tal Ramta Jogi by Sukhwinder Singh, and it's a very difficult song. The start and all, it's very difficult. So I sang it in front of everybody, and everybody, they were stunned, and they were like, "You sing? We didn't know. Now you'll be leaving school, and now we know." And I told them, I thought everybody can sing. Well, and literally, I used to feel that singing is like talking kaise. Because I could do it, so I thought ki maybe this is also a
Anyone
normal
could do
thing.
it.
But then slowly I realized no, it's not a normal thing. It's a gift. So then okay, you should value it. So during my engineering college days, I used to bunk a lot. I used to bunk and go for Hindustani classical lessons to Pandit Natikar sir. I went over there, and then I used to listen to Jagjit Singh's ghazals and all also a lot because Jagjit Singh's voice control was immaculate. So I used to love the way he had control. I used to observe, and Sonu Nigam. I think these two are supreme singers. So I used to listen to that a lot. Then we made a lot of songs with my friend Agnel Roman, who also composed Tere Jane Se. So we have a lot of songs. We have this really old book, jiske panne bhi fatne wale hain, where we have songs written. And now the plan is to unleash them one by one. This year it's
I
gonna
hope that
happen.
it is kept
Yeah.
safe in a locker, that the tour book, it is kept safe in a locker
Yeah.
because we are waiting for them.
Yeah, it's safe in my drawer. Now it's out.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
Moving forward, sir, if we talk about collaborations, you have collaborated with some major stars like Ashish Chanchlani, who is the biggest in the YouTube space, and Raftar, who is the biggest in the music industry. And currently with Saala Salil, you collaborated with Instagram sensations like Radhika Bangia, Asta Shah, and many more. So, sir, whose content creation process did you love the most? And how does it feel to have collaborated with content creators from such diverse fields, music, YouTube, Instagram? Is there any difference between their workings? So, if you can guide us about that as well.
Yeah, obviously there is a lot of difference in the way people go about people go about their work. Raftar bro is a rapper, so that's a completely different genre. Being an ace YouTube sketch comedy artist, I'm talking about Ashish. That's a very different space. Acing on Instagram is again a very different space. Something that I feel that even I'm not good at. So yeah, all working styles are different, but I think the person whose style appealed to me most was Raftar, uh, because I think I'm also into music and I saw how he approached, the subject. So I knew exactly what had to be said in that portion. because I had written the entire thing. So I knew what his character had to come in and say. But putting it in that meter and, uh, making it sound like this kick-ass rap, that happened in the studio just before, he recorded. So we just sat for like 10-15 minutes. I had written some rough lines as information कि रफ्तार भाई ये portray होना है. This is the information that you are giving. This is what you are telling this character जो जो ये bad habits से गुजर रहा है जो भी है. तो then he in front of me like 10-15 minute में proper meter में set करके in I think half an hour we had also recorded it with everything. So that was really great. And then in another half an hour we shot him. I mean वहाँ पे studio में. So that was really great. सबका यार even with Ashish he had such big lines. So and see it's easy for me because when I have written my own lines I know कि मैंने ये लिखा हुआ है. So it's easy for me to act. But his lines were very big and I hadn't shown it to like एक ही बार he had read, no rehearsal, right on set he did everything. So that was great. Even with Saala Salil, everybody like Radhika is a really good actor. Like I know her from before she got famous on social media. So I know from those times that she's a really good actor. So yeah, they are influencers also today. But I knew that I needed people who are really good actresses for Saala Salil. As I said, there are just two characters sitting and talking, so it cannot be someone yeah. And Astha's it was her first Astha Shah ka first I think acting gig tha. But I knew that she naturally would fit what I'm looking for. So that's why I chose her. Shruti Sinha, Shreya Mehta, all are really good actors. So yeah,
Definitely, sir. The whole
and
story
obviously
you
Vedika Mehta and Karan Sonamne for a Focus Indian. Focus Indian is another example of someone who is known as an influencer but is also a very good actor. So yeah.
Right, sir. We can see with the success of Saala Salil, sir, that you chose the actors perfectly. The script writing was perfect because I understand that how difficult it would be to just have a conversational skit. So yeah, we can see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
success with that as well.
Yeah.
And the Raftar story you told
Yeah.
that clicked me that you made a BTS of Asli Mard as well, and that whole piece was present
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
that you said, and my mind was blown seeing that
Exactly.
Raftar just got into it and he finished the rap. So yeah, great to hear about that, sir.
Yeah.
Next up,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
slightly controversial question, but coming up, being a big name in the industry catches attention to minute details, as you said, and at times it leads to numerous controversies, which is very common. So, sir, what's the driving force that keeps you going ahead of these controversies, ahead of this drama? So, what's the driving force, sir?
I think the moment you stop working and you're idle, a lot of negative thoughts start coming into anybody's mind. It's very natural. But with me, I think the kind of content I've made, I've always known that there'll be people who will, want to say some negative things. For example, when I took on so many famous Bollywood names in Asli Gully Boy, I knew that all the fans of all of these guys are going to feel the pinch, and they will come back at me at some point. Maybe they don't have anything to say at that point because I was very precise with what I said, and there was no comeback for them. But maybe later on, when I slip up or make some mistake, because obviously even I'm a human, so I know that I'll also be making mistakes in life. So I know that at such points, these people will come back and have their fun or pleasure of or the satisfaction of having gotten back at me. So I know this. The secret is just to be involved in work. Like I don't have any life apart from work. I mean, my house is where I'm quite lazy. So abhi to mera office ghar pe hi hai. So it's all mixed up. So I think work is everything, and when you're busy, then it's easy to ignore all of this stuff.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the key is being lazy, I guess, as I can, get from the answer that being lazy
lazy
makes you go ahead
lazy
of the
ऐसा नहीं.
controversy.
Again, again, it's like multiple personality order. Real
All
life
the
में भी है. Like,
yes, sir.
there'll be very lazy days and there'll be days where I'll come without complaining, shoot for 14, 15 hours without any complaints. I can go for, 20 hours. So yeah, but then after that I'll sleep a lot when I get a break. But for that time, then I'll not be lazy at all. So yeah, there are these. Yeah.
All right, sir. Got it. And you, as earlier you said that there are some sets of people who come and get to you and come and get you regarding your content. So this was a question as a fan query that I wanted to talk to you about the eye-opening web series for me personally, which you made named Asli Mard, which discussed a very very sensitive and taboo topic in the Indian society, which is NoFap. So what kind of backlash you
Hmm.
face from the conservative set of people, because it is a very very sensitive topic. So the people would have definitely come to you. So how did you handle that situation?
Yeah. So I think I was most affected with the backlash that I received to the chapter one of Aslimat emotionally, because I think chapter one, by the end, it did give a hint as to what I'm going to say in the future, but it wasn't strong enough it was subtle. It wasn't strong enough for many people to understand what I'm trying to say. The first chapter was all about this guy and how crazy he's gone in his head. And it was easy for people to kind of misunderstand. And because I call my character Salil, some people misunderstand and think actual Salil is like that. But they don't understand that I'm playing a character. I'm playing a flawed character to tell you a story and give you a message. So after the first chapter, a lot of them were like, Salil has lost it. What is this? This is almost like porn. They didn't understand that I was actually going to, attack the very thing that I was showing. So I was quite, emotionally down after chapter one. And I was like, because then I felt the pressure of getting it right in chapter two and then finally in chapter three even more. Because I felt if I don't get it right, and even after the series, people are going to keep thinking that I've lost it or something like that. So I have to get this right, and I have to turn it over in such a strong manner that those same people come and apologize to me and say, "Ki, oh, I feel so bad that I thought that you're going in some other direction, and we had no idea that this is what was in your head." So yeah, I did receive a lot of yeah, but after chapter three, everything changed. Everything was like, oh, this series is something that nobody has seen, and everything. All of that started after chapter. Before that, it was a little dodgy.
I don't think, sir, that even in the Hollywood also such kind of content would have been created, taking dig at such a sensitive topic, which probably all the people are involved into, and it was really an eye
Yeah,
opener for me, as I said earlier. And thank you for answering my
thank you.
personal queries, sir. And coming
That's
up with the
okay.
final question, sir. I really don't want this interview to end from my side, but good things come to an end for. So the last question would be: since this interview will be watched by ambitious teenagers all over the country, so what would be the few principles you would suggest that we teenagers must live by? As sir, you have seen the real struggle and also emerged as one of the most popular actors who is not from currently the B industry. So what kind of principles you would suggest to us as teenagers that we should always live by?
Okay, so I think this is going to be a little different from what everyone tells you. So I was at this film school. I studied acting over there. I studied filmmaking. So every Friday we would have a guest lecturer come and give us lectures, and we would know about their journey, their life, and obviously ask difficult questions about how to go about things once you are in the industry, when a difficult situation strikes, how to handle it. So in the beginning, I had this little notebook and I used to note down things. But then I realized every Friday, a different personality is coming and telling me a different thing, a different solution to the same the same problem that I handle this way. Somebody else would say, no, 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 that's not the way I handled it. I handle this way. Somebody would say, you need hundreds, 500, thousands of contacts to make it in this industry. Someone else said, I am not a people person. I just have 4 or 5 friends and th- few trusted contacts. So what I gathered from that is it is very important for you to understand your own personality, what who you are. I think so. That's the most important lesson in the message that I would like to give to youngsters. Okay, don't get lost into this sea of people telling you what to do, especially on social media. There are hundreds of people telling you one, two, three, four, and you might get really confused as to what the right thing is. The most important thing is to understand your own personality. Are you an introvert? Are you a people person? Once you understand that, then you'll know the answers to everything as it is, and then you stick to that personality. You stick to that personality because that is your unique quality, and don't be scared of uh, sticking to that unique personality, which I think I did it. And wherever I've seen this, whenever I've tried to move away from that and conform to how others are going about, I've failed. So what the appreciation that you're showing towards my work is because very stubbornly stuck to how I am. And the last thing would be कि nowadays, yeah, influencers come feel ऐसा है कि a lot of people are getting famous. So we need to know that with great power comes great responsibility. I always say that this is my favorite quote. So influencers का नाम मतलब ही है कि you are going to influence people. So influence them in the right way in terms of everything from what you say to what you promote and stuff. Once you get famous, take care of that. That's it.
Thank you so much for the captivating and motivating words, sir. This would be a end from my side. I really, really, really love talking to you. It is a dream come true, and I can't imagine that I'm currently sitting and interviewing Mr. Salil Jamdar, sir, and I'm discussing with him things. And as a fan, I've got to know that a lot of songs are coming up. So I'm ready with my YouTube Spotify playlist to add them in my playlist, and hope you have a great run in the YouTube space as well, and also in the acting stage. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was great talking to you, sir, and understanding the processes behind the work of an actor, content creator, and musician. It was so insightful. So from here, Madhav Oberoi would take over for the fun rapid fire round, which is prepared by our team.
So I was listening to you with my undivided attention, and I really love your to the point and astute answers. Like it is
Thank
needless
you.
to say that your answers would be really insightful to all the youngsters who would be listening to this podcast for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just have
So
like very fixed things in my head and I just pick them. Yeah, that's it.
yes, sir. So now we'll be moving to the next segment. So shall we start with the rapid
Okay.
fire round?
Okay. Okay. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
I don't think I'm good with this rapid fire thing, but ठीक है. Okay.
So you will really
Cool.
use the space. Yes, sir. So first question. Mention a song you are currently listening on loop.
A song I'm currently listening to on loop. I'm listening to Tum Tak on loop. Tum Tak from Ranjana.
Yes, it's on my top list. Like it is one of the songs that is
Yeah.
on my top list as well because yeah, the beats and all
Yeah.
that start really amazing.
Yeah.
So the next question, song, you have to choose one now. Asli Mud trilogy or Saala Salil series. Which one would you choose?
I would choose Saala Salil because it is more in the direction in which I want to move
Okay,
and
really quick
focuses more
answer.
on my acting. Yeah.
You mentioned that you were not good at this, but I got a really quick answer. Personally, if it would have been me in place of you, so it would have been really very tough for me to decide because both are best on their own. So yeah, sir. Coming to the next question. If you have to choose between content creation on YouTube or your own web series on OTT, what will be your choice?
The second option, obviously, because as I said, I studied in a film school, I studied acting and everything, and YouTube and making things on YouTube was a stepping stone towards my main goal of acting and being a performing artist in terms of music on the bigger stage. So yeah, second one. And even
Yeah,
feature films भी चलेगा ऐसा कुछ नहीं. OTT पे shows and
quite
feature films.
justifiable.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
my choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moving to the next question. So you have to describe your dream collaboration in just 3 words.
My dream collaboration, I would say, can not happen because it would be Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Michael
Okay. All
Jackson,
right.
because I think he's my all-time favorite artist. I've never seen anyone more talented.
No,
Yeah,
that's all. Like he is like the father of all. I would say, like everyone's
yeah,
favorite. Yeah. So accepted. Answer
yeah,
accepted.
yeah.
So the next question. An Indian YouTuber you would currently place your bets upon.
Indian YouTuber. So I really like this guy called Satish Ray. I think his humor is he's sarcastic and funny, and he's really, I like his stuff. He's good.
Yeah.
Baki, there are many, but I find this something different. And he's also collaborated with me in my next video. You'll see him in my next YouTube video.
Okay. Okay. So the next question. If given a chance to go back in time, so what one thing you would change? Like you can go to back in your time and you have to change one thing. So what would be that thing?
So when I was in school, I had this dream of playing for India. So my dreams have always been very big. I was a good batsman, but I used to complain a lot about my bat. I used to tell my father I want a better bat. So I would change my bat.
Okay.
So I'd get better scores. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, quite a common story among all of us. I see
Yeah.
the cricket fan in you. Yeah, sir. So the
Yeah.
last question of this rapid fire round: if someone ever made a autobiography about you, so what would be the title of the first chapter? It's my personal favorite question, sir. Like, what would be the title of the first chapter?
Title of the first chapter. The beginning of something big. Maybe
Yeah,
something
you
like
can say
that. I think
dream
I
big,
could come up with
achieve big.
something bigger, but
Yeah.
the beginning of something big. I don't know. Maybe. I think there could be a better title. I take time when it comes to writing and thinking about the title. Oh, ये rapid fire सवाल नहीं है.
No, sir. Like in the last answer, you mentioned that you dream big. So yeah, quite connectful. Like you can say dream big, achieve big. It would be great one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with this, we come to an end of the rapid fire round, sir. So thank you so much for joining us, sir. This was really very
Thank you.
interesting interviewing you. Like as we got to know the process of work of an actor and a content creator at the same time. On the behalf of entire team of URJA and the students of SGGSCC, we are grateful to have the opportunity to have such an insightful conversation with you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Your questions also were really interesting and had depth, so it was fun answering them.
We hope that you all enjoyed this fun and insightful conversation we had with Salil sir. Hope to see sir back on future episodes. Till then, do press the like button and share this podcast with your fellow friends who will relate to it, and do provide your feedback as well. Until next time, bye bye.